All right, all right, all right. Well, I would like to welcome everyone to our Touchstone Essentials Wednesday night training call. And I've got Miss Lisa Petersen helping me tonight. Lisa, can you see the presentation there?
I can see it.
I can see it. It's funny. I put this presentation together kind of on the fly, and I was supposed to send it to Lisa at 8 o'clock for her just to preview before we got on the call. And I had it pulled up in my box and my folder and everything. Just forgot to hit that send button. So the beautiful thing about this business is that it's all about persistence, not perfection. And I always like to tell Lisa and everybody that if I can build this business, anybody can.
Amen. No, I'm just kidding. I'm saying amen about me, not about you, okay?
That's all right. Hey, that's okay. And listen, it's an amen about me too. But what we wanted to talk about tonight, is just the how powerful our company is with, and how powerful the organic label is, and how important the mission that we're on is. We're a direct sales company. We're in the network marketing industry, but we're so much more than that. We are representing a cause. We've been called rebels, and we are rebels. It's Eddie found the best way to go out there and serve his purpose and serve this mission, this cause that he wanted to attack the world with, was through the direct sales industry. Now, he's been doing that for 30 years, and he's always been in it. But, when you look at the products we have to offer and the impact that we've got to make with lives, Lisa, you did a presentation last night for a group there in California, right?
Yes.
And, we always talk about, and I know you do a great job talking about the impact that we can make for people. So if you would, just kind of touch base on that for everybody on how important it is and how the difference that we can make, the minor changes we can make to make a major difference, not in just our lives, but everybody's lives.
Oh, absolutely. And, for anybody that's on the call that's new with Touchstone and maybe just trying to get your feet wet or feel like, oh my gosh, how do we learn all of this? You're going to learn as you go along, and the tools are there. And I've been following Alan and Eddie like glued to the hip for probably, for sure, 9 months going through this. So I've just taken in knowledge and things that they've both said that have really resonated with me, have gotten to where I'm just sharing from the heart. So last night, well, whenever I do my events, but particularly last night when I was chatting with this group of people, and we maybe had about 10 people there, and I'm talking and focusing on our products and the importance of organic and explaining the USDA versus the QAI and just going over all of that. Everyone was so engaged and just listening and hanging on to every word, excited to learn, had feedback. We had a lot of great conversation going, which I love when we have a group event, because I'm not there to preach to them. I'm there so we can talk about this. And all of a sudden, we were chatting about the detox products, our zeolite products, and the organic, and the conversation went even bigger. And this is when, I really put a smile on my face of, I love that Eddie's a rebel, and I love that we're all rebels now. When we all started talking about the toxins that we breathe in every day, the chemicals put on our furniture that we're sitting on, I'm guilty of this. I have certain clothes that are dry clean only, and every time I take them, I think, oh, I'm putting this on. But we just live in such a toxic world, and there's so much more out there than just the food and the organics. Please, that's what's been my big aha in the last couple of years, is buy organic and eat organic whenever possible, but it's way bigger than that. And so during the presentation, I'd say we probably went on for 10 or 15 minutes just with people sharing and talking about what is really in the air we're breathing and the things we're taking in every day. And I loved that happening, because I realized, oh my gosh, we really can make a difference. And there really are people out there wanting to know more and wanting to know how they can be cleaner. It was great.
And you know, I want to, and I'm gonna change up something here real quick so we can hear this video, because when I share this, I want to make sure that we can hear the video. I want to play a video for you that Eddie put out, well, almost 7 years ago, and the video kind of gives you an idea of where the where we started going away from organic foods and organic nutrition, and how it's kind of come full circle. And then we're going to talk about how important organic is and what the label means. So let me cue this up and listen to this. And this is a great video. And this is a video that's on our website and and so you can share this with people. And it's a powerful video when people watch it. So hang on, let me play this here. Well, let me back up and play this video. There we go.
It started slowly enough, the whole food movement. The post-war 50s welcomed color television, a car in every garage, and TV dinners. Packaged foods were easy and convenient, but no one thought about what they were made of. As industrial farming really got into gear, complete with flavor scientists, obesity and chronic disease rates rose at alarming rates. It started modestly, but as concerns grew, people began to push back, and soon the importance of practices like organic farming came into focus. Now, interest and demand for local, sustainable food is on the rise, as millions of us are discovering that better health comes from fresh, healthy foods that begin and remain unmodified. Even so, there is still a painful lack of access to the good stuff. Store shelves stacked with endless choices of processed foods and confusing labels with obscure ingredients that would scare most of us if we had even the vaguest idea of what they really were. As the desire for better health and lasting vitality grows, nutritional supplements have become important, just not the ones you've been taking. Laboratory-enriched, over-processed, over-commercialized, most don't live up to the hype. And research suggests some are dangerous. They simply offer little of the benefits that come from real food. So enough. Purity is possible. My name is Eddie Stone. I am the founder and owner of Touchstone Essentials. We use only farm-fresh fruits and vegetables, carefully chosen herbs, minerals, enzymes, and probiotics. We've pioneered breakthrough methods to carefully capture their essence, preserving the benefits of real, natural foods. Really, it's time your family and ours has the full measure of good health that comes from uncompromised, whole food nutrition. It's all of the good from Earth's bounty in a simple form that fits the reality of our lives in a complex world. All you need, all you expect. Touchstone Essentials. Everyone deserves the good inside.
You know, it's funny, every time I see that video, I get excited again. And you know, it's interesting when you look at the huge difference in our products and anybody else in the industry. Nobody out there is doing what we're doing. And you know, with our products being not only USDA certified organic, but QAI, Quality Assurance International certified organic, I wanted to talk about how not just important that is, but how serious that is. You know, the USDA organic certifications only came into play in 1985. You know, I was 25 years old then. But you know, with obesity on the rise, cancer rates on the rise, you know that this year in Canada, 1 in 2 people will get cancer. And in the United States is 1 in 2.5. Australia is 1 in 2. The UK is 1 in 3. And you know, 84 years ago, 1 in 3,600 people got cancer. So that just goes to show kind of what Lisa was talking about of what a huge difference it is from then to now. And so when you talk about USDA organic and you talk to people, you can be proud of that badge is on the products that you represent. I mean, it's so important. Lisa, you've worked with some other companies out there, and you worked with a company that launched a nutritional line just before you left, and you and I were talking a lot about the differences in labels, and talk a little bit about the aha moment and how that affected you, and how much better you feel about sharing the products now that you understand it.
Okay, nutrition before Touchstone, of course we all want to be healthier, or I hope we all want to be healthier and aim to be.
I mean, here, hon.
Oh, there you go.
So that's it.
But we don't know. We only know what we know. And this company was launching nutrition, and I was excited about it because I felt that I was with a company that had what I thought were pure products. It's what I had been told, and I wasn't knowledgeable. So when I spoke with Alan and said, listen, they're getting ready to launch this, and I'll just be frank on what I said. I want you, Alan, to come and look at these nutrition products, my expert, and tell me if I have my rose-colored glasses on. And that's when I got the big aha wake up, and I'm so grateful for that because I didn't know. And I know that I have a lot of friends with nutrition companies and supplement companies now, and I'm sure all of you do too. And it's sometimes can become a little bit sticky on how you approach them. Well, my product's better than your product. And so what I loved as I transitioned over to Touchstone is Alan just continued to educate me. We continued to have conversations. And that, especially with our website being such a wealth of info, but what I learned about the importance of the organic label, and finding organic is such a buzzword right now, and to actually look for the label and see it on there, how important that was, but then to have my eyes opened about the real chemicals. And I just had lunch with a friend today, and she asked me, why Touchstone? And of course, I explained to her why. And she said to me, do you see this being your forever home? And I said, I'm a God person. And with God sitting right here next to me, I have never been so proud to be with a company. I have never been so proud to be able to share products with people that if they read our labels, they take them to any doctor, chiropractor, nutritionist, wherever they go. I never worry that someone's going to come back with, oh, these products aren't any good. And so to have that kind of ability to share products and knowledge and information with others and know you can do it with 100% confidence that our products are the purest, really not only feels good, but makes you feel empowered. So it was the aha, Alan, of just, I guess, me also even being open to you educating me, because some people aren't. But I love that we have that purity in our products.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this website, by the way, is available for anybody to go on and look at, the United States Department of Agriculture and USDA, and it'll tell you what it means to be certified organic and the stringent requirements that are made. The organic standards, the Organic Trade Association. Eddie posted some posts this past week about where he had been this past week. He'd been up in Washington representing us and representing the Organic Trade Association. And, what an amazing honor that is, and education for all of us to be able to be associated with a company and an owner that has such high standards. These producers have to meet stringent requirements and standards to be certified. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. And again, you can go and look at this website, but there is so much more that goes into being USDA certified organic. I mean, if you look at the grain standardization, the grain inspection, the seeds that they use, that in an organic farm, they have to rotate the soil and rotate their farming. They have to replenish and restock the soil every 3 years. So they can farm for 2 years and they have to give it a rest. And they have to allow the soil to replenish itself with vitamins and minerals and nutrients. And everything is regulated they test the soil, they test the farming equipment, they test the seed, they test, the processing part, the packers, the stockyards. If you look over here to the left, to get the certification, it's everything. Import, export certifications. You have to be able to meet those requirements, which is why we do the Quality Assurance International QAI. Transportation research. I mean, you can't transport non-USDA organic fruits, vegetables, or products in any way with non-organic. And then the farmers, the majority of farmers out there that are doing the organic farming, they're local farmers. They're family farms that have been in generations for decades. And when you look at the non-organic farms, the vast majority of them are owned by foreign companies. And so they don't have a vested interest in us other than the profit they can make. That's it. The profit they can make. And so many of you talk about, hey, what's in that, and our products are 100% USDA certified organic. And that means that the products produced use exclusive organic methods containing only organic ingredients are allowed to carry the label declaring 100% organic. Now, it's amazing how that affects it. So when you see people, I talked to somebody with a company and they said, well, our company uses farmers that are small farmers and they don't want to go to the measures of the expense to become USDA certified organic, but they are organic. And I said, what does that mean? So, here they can be organic, not certified 100% organic, and 95%. They can still carry the USDA certified organic label, and 95% or more of the ingredients have to meet the stringent requirements. So this is saying that they're not carrying the badge at all. And think about this. There's not another network marketing company that I'm aware of anywhere that their products are USDA certified organic and QAI certified organic. They're just not. And to meet QAI, it has to be 100%. And so then they can, if you want it to be called, if it says made with organic ingredients, then 70% of the ingredients have to be organic ingredients. Now, they can't use the USDA label, but they can say made with organic ingredients. Now, the lady I was talking to, her company does not even say made with organic ingredients. So not even 70% meet that. Now get this. If a product contains less than 70% organic ingredients, then they can list the organic ingredients into their ingredients list. For example, if they have organic apples in their product, they can say organic apples, but that's all they can say. That's all they can say. So when you look at these stringent requirements and what we go through as a company, and we, this is a passion, this is a calling. This is not your standard, hey, let's go out and make some money, organic network marketing company. And I know many of you out there, go ahead, Lisa.
I was going to say on that, I think that is so important that we share that and be comfortable sharing that with the people that we're doing, speaking to about our products, because organic has become such a buzzword and people sprinkle it in. And for those that don't know, they just think it's all organic. And when you think about that 30% that isn't organic, you wouldn't have any, just think about the sourcing of what that could be. Then you might as well just, it almost just disqualifies all the organic products. So I just think that's really important. If there's no label and it doesn't say certified, you've got to be really careful.
Well, and you know that most people out there promoting products, you and I were talking about the ingredients label for a weight loss product recently. Mm-hmm. And I looked at that label and said, who in the world would take this ingredients? Who would consume this mess? Sure, it's going to make you lose weight, but it's just not healthy. And you're exactly right, Lisa. We've got to proudly talk about that because it's more than just ingredients. It's more than just what's in our products. When you look at it, it is the farmers. It is the soil. It's our environment. It is, when you look at global warming and the chemicals that are being used, and when you look at these areas that manufacture Roundup and herbicides and pesticides in their community, what they're doing to their water sources, what they're doing to their population, what they're doing to the pollutants that they're putting in the air. Eddie was telling us today on the leaders call that Roundup has glyphosate in it, and now that can be found everywhere. That can be found everywhere because it's just been polluted so much. Plastic, we use glass bottles for our supplement products. Plastics are so bad. So, we need to think about more than just the label ingredients. Now, don't get me wrong, it's important. But Lisa being on the West Coast, I went out with in the last fall, and it's the first time I've really spent a lot of time out there and not been on vacation, not been in and out doing meetings or doing events. And we spent some time in grocery stores, and just the mindset out there, the difference out there with people, and things go from West Coast to East Coast. We were just talking to several people. How important is this in the environment and soil and water sources and pollutants to everybody, but especially out west?
Well, and they're so much more aware of it out here. I can speak from experience. I grew up in Wisconsin, and I was back there. I go back often. And when I go into the grocery stores there, the organic section is, maybe a 4-foot section. That's it. And when you go to the grocery stores out here, it's not more organic than none, but it's huge. I mean, Alan was like a kid in a candy store when we got to this grocery store with all the great produce that was out there. And, it's interesting. I just was talking to my son, who, for those know, he's deployed, and he's right now in Kuwait. And he said, can you send me another bottle in my goodie bag of the Pure Body Extra zeolite spray? Because in all of the world, Kuwait has, now I don't remember the measurements, so I'm just going to throw something out there and it'll give you guys the idea. I'm going to just say 27 parts per million of metal in the air is considered a high amount. He said theirs is 97 of metal and toxins in the air quality out there. And he just said, if you could just keep that coming. So the point is, it's in just the air we breathe, not just the food. So when we're talking about keeping ourselves healthy and looking at organic, we have to think about the pollutants that are around us every day as well. There's
so much more to it, and there's so much more important for our community, for our family. And I'm 58 years old. I'll be 59 this year, and so I'm getting close to that 60 mark. So being in the fourth quarter of your life, these things are important, but think about our kids and our grandchildren and the environment that we're leaving them with. So it's so important to understand that. And this slide I wanted to show you is directly from the page, from the U.S. Department of Agriculture page, and it talks about hemp production, and it talks about that they are now drafting the regulations for the organic label to what's going to be considered USDA certified organic. And I can just tell you right now that the only hemp product in the industry that's going to carry that label is going to be ours. We're the only company that carries that label with all of our other products. And so these people that are talking about, made with organic and our products are organically grown and organically processed, it's going to be a big shock to the industry. And we say this because we want you to understand how important it is, number one, but the fact that you're with a company with Touchstone Essentials that does not take this for granted. Those of you who are on the leaders calls today were able to, and I encourage those, if you haven't registered for Nashville, as soon as you get registered for Nashville, then you'll be included on the leaders call. And Eddie's on there 99% of the time. And it's just great to be able to hear what he talks about and how he's talking about, products and what it does for us and how things are, how his passion for just making sure that we're the finest company with the highest quality products in the industry by far. And so this is coming. and hopefully sooner than later for us, because right now it's the wild, wild west in the hemp line and the CBD line. I know, Lisa, you were talking about the other day, you're forever sending me labels because people are always getting bombarded with it.
Yeah.
Bombarded with it. Your mother out there, what did they say with your mother about taking CBD?
Well, they were really, where she lives, because she's in an assisted living senior care place, they can't allow that stuff. It's against the rules. So she just decided that if I kind of left her a bottle, she would administer it to herself. And she's grateful because it makes a difference in her, how she's moving, how she's sleeping, and her inflammation. But it's because part of it's just still the unknown for these places. And it's interesting. I'm excited about breakthroughs that will be happening, and the knowledge that'll start to happen for people that are in the, I guess, blind. But when I did take her to her neurologist, the neurologist had no problem with us giving it to her. Pretty much said, listen, if it's going to help her, it's certainly not going to hurt her. They have to be careful because, they're CYA, but, it's, she didn't give us a no, don't give it to her. So.
Yeah. And, many of you have heard me do a nutrition workshop. And one of the things that is really sticks out to me is this is Dr. Linus Pauling. And Dr. Linus Pauling is not to win the Nobel Prize for research and in anything at all it's the Nobel Prize. They give away one a year in different categories. And to win the Nobel Prize once for your study in health and nutrition is amazing, but to do it twice, there's very few people that have ever won the Nobel Prize, let alone twice. And in his latest research that he found, he said that you can trace every sickness, every disease, and every ailment to a vitamin and mineral deficiency or toxins in the body. That's powerful. Mm-hmm. That's so important to understand. And this is the statistic I was talking about with cancer, and so, 1 in 2 Canadians, it's actually 1 in 2.5 Americans this year. This was last year, 1 in 2 British and 1 in 2 Australians. And when I was putting this presentation together, Lisa said, don't leave this out. Don't leave this out, because it is so important for us to understand.
It is.
Yeah, as men and women, and the impact that we can make in people's lives. The impact. I know, Lisa, with you, when you first started taking the products, you were excited about the products. And I know when that previous company came out with their nutritional line, and I think there was an aha moment for you, but it's just been, it's become almost a passion for you to go out there. You're traveling all over the country and you're speaking everywhere, and you're just excited about it, and you've got that passion. What do you think? What was kind of the difference with that when the light bulb went off?
That's a really great question. And I think it's when you start having people call you with whether they're emotional, whether they're excited, whatever their response is to having positive response and benefits from using the products. And when, the CBD's been really powerful, although I already had response and positives and passion before we launched our CBD, that's just turned the burner up. Because there's never that I've been within my blessed history in this industry and the success I've had, have I had a product that you can sometimes have people feeling the benefit and the results within 5 or 10 minutes. Now, I know that's not everybody, but to have that kind of a product that you can give to someone and have them try and sample. And today, when I was having lunch with this friend who's with another company, she really wants to come over to our company. And she said to me, well, the company I'm with, we've got these products and people feel results, and that's what I'm so excited about, and they see results right away. Well, like you and I talked about a little bit earlier, you're going to see and feel, you're going to see results in products, but this doesn't mean they're good for you with some of these companies. And she said to me, So what's the passion and the driving thing for you at Touchstone? And I said, our CBD products. When you get people calling you in tears, when I have an 85-year-old woman that was at our party last night who took over to talk about how she's been on major narcotics for back pain for years and 4 a day. And she started the CBD 3 weeks ago and she's down to 2 a day and plans in the next month to be off of them completely. You just don't have the opportunity to share and change lives like that. And we do. And so it's just lit a fire in me where I just want everybody to know about it and I want everybody to try it. And it does my heart good to get those kind of testimonials and phone calls from people.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a text message tonight, and somebody sent me a screenshot, and they had sold somebody a CBD oil, and they sent them a text message that, hey, how's the oil been working out for you? And they said, good, been sleeping all night. And they said, yeah, that's good news. And they said, yeah, it sure is. Haven't been waking up several hours before my alarm, thanks to your post. Because they had just posted something on social media, and the person said, tell me about it, and they ordered. So, you can feel confident with that. And that's the whole purpose of our call tonight, is just to make sure that we, as a group and as a team, and you, as whether you're a brand new member of our team, whether our family, or whether you're somebody who's been here, to just really grasp the magnitude of what you have your hands on and the business that we're doing. And it's more than going out there making money. It's more than going out there and promoting a product. It's more than direct sales network marketing. This is a true mission that we're on to touch lives all over the world with the highest quality products out there. And, when you look at being able to take the bad out with a detox product and then put the good in with our superfoods and our hemp products, as Lisa said, the testimonies come over and over and over again. And so, we're excited about what we're doing. Lisa's got, one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing team in the company right now. And, I remember, Lisa, when we first launched CBD, and we were out in Vegas at Jane's house. Yeah. And you remember the lady who was like in a hurry to get out, who had the migraine headache?
Yep.
And so you were like adamant going, well, here, try this. You were just like got the dropper out and going to drop some CBD oil in her mouth. Did we even have a labeled product then? Was it labeled? Or?
They'll just have the sample.
It was sample. We didn't even have labels on the product yet. And Lisa's got his dropper to this lady going, here, try this. Put this in your mouth. You got a migraine. And so the lady left, said, great, no problem. I'll try it. I got to go. I've got a migraine. I got to get home. And really nice lady. And she came back. How much longer was it? And what'd she say?
Like 7 minutes, she's back to the house and comes walking in and said, it's gone. And we're all looking at her like, what's gone? My headache, it's gone. You would have almost thought we paid her to do that.
You couldn't have done a better job. I mean, you couldn't have scripted it better.
No, and I wanted to add it to anybody on it, especially if you're new, if you're nervous about sampling it, don't. Be like I am, the mother bird, and get it in mouths that you can get it in. But also, it's really important to follow up with those that are using it. I had a call today with a gentleman, and he said, he was on his way to his job, and he was stressed. And I said, well, isn't the 1500 helping you? And he goes, I'm not using it anymore. It's keeping me awake at night. And I said, well, that's crazy. Like, what else are you taking? Something else is going on. And I said, all right, so how often are you using it? And he goes, well, I use a couple drops before bed. And I said, well, no wonder you're not sleeping at night. It's a dropper full. And so to the point, make sure to follow up and make sure people are using it right. If they're not having results, plug them into Alan or one of us to talk about what's going on, because it works. Sometimes it's just messing with the dosage, but we got to be sampling it and we got to be sharing.
Yeah. I think, it's funny because the Vegas, I guess that was the very first meeting that we had done with our sample CBD products. And I had been using it, and I had been seeing a major difference in my sleep and how deep I was sleeping, and the fact that I was remembering my crazy dreams. But I mean, that was just so impactful that I was like, sold. I mean, this is just, the lady was, because she was really kind of skeptical, you
He
know?
was skeptical. And like I said, you would have thought we paid her and it couldn't have worked out better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was great.
So I guess, the main point of the call tonight was just to talk about letting you be reassured and just reinforcing what you have your hands on. When you look at all these banners on these products, made with organic fruits and vegetables, it's got the USDA certified organic label, the QAI certified organic, exclusive formulas. Nobody has what we have. We're not a so like everybody else. We're unique. We're doctor recommended and approved, third party lab tested, made in the USA, vegan, gluten free, non GMO. I mean, all these things are what people are looking for right now. But in addition to that, when you look at what it's doing, what it means to be USDA certified organic for our farms, supporting local farmers, our environment, our country, our world, even the environment that we're living in, and the impact that it's making for generations to come. We just invite you to grasp the magnitude of what you got your hands on.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
That's what I was going to say, to really understand what you really have here to be able to share and where this is going to go. A year from now, Alan, we should make those little time capsules and write down where you think you'll be in a year from now and where you'll be with this company. And it's going to be really, really impactful and powerful to see what's happening, where we are with the trend and where we are with these products in this company.
yeah, yeah, it's going to be impressive. It's going to be powerful. With Eddie's mission to touch 1 million lives in the next 5 years, 1 million lives. What that means, folks, is that we have, I mean, and that's when he launched the $50 gift card program. And, we have people that say, well, your products are expensive. When you looked at the cost factor to make these products is 40 to 45% higher than traditional crap that's on the market with a bunch of synthetic junk in it, our prices are not high. You
Yeah.
can't put a price on somebody's health. You really can't. But think about that, Lisa, when you talk about, 5 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 1 million lives, those 1 million people have to be on somebody's team. And we are at the perfect place at the perfect time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel very blessed and, like I said, proud and excited and happy to be a rebel.
Yeah, yeah. So today is the 29th. We are extending the month through Monday afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So that's noon Pacific time. So, this just to get through the weekend, we've got a lot of people placing orders. I know I got some people that today we're talking about. We've got some people that are placing orders for the weekend. $50 gift cards, exciting program out there. And so let's all work together and let's all finish the month great and appreciate what we're doing and just I hope we've created some excitement. I know every time I do this and every time I do, Lisa, it's just good to hear. I'm going to let you close out the call, but it was good to hear how excited you were talking about every time you hold an event like the one you held last night, how excited you are. And so just touch base on that and let's wrap this up.
Okay, sounds great. Well, I love being part of it because it is the teamwork and it's very exciting to me. And I was telling Alan today that now that I'm back in the saddle and really out sharing and doing the events, when I hopped on the plane to leave Wisconsin, I was there doing some events a couple weeks ago. I got on the airplane and was literally in tears with excitement and just feeling so blessed to be part of all of this and what an impact we can make on people. And then last week I was in McAllen, Texas, and the same thing. Like I didn't want to leave. I can't wait to get back. They're just overwhelmed with emotion. And when that starts happening and you realize the difference that what you have can make in someone's life. And I hate to even use the word game changer because that gets so cliche, but really powerful what we have. And I just say to everybody, buckle up and go share and just really be proud of what we have and be proud of being part of Touchstone. I sure am and love what we're doing. So thanks for having me on.
Thank you for being on. Everybody have a blessed night, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Good night.